Okay. Hi. Um, if you're like an outgoing or bubbly person, you should watch this. Um, yeah. So, I know I kind of talked about in my last video of like people kind of just shading you like you're like completely incapable of like deep thought. And I just wanted to like kind of talk about that today and let you know that you're not alone. And like you are so like intelligent. Like I know it and you know it, and sometimes you're just gonna have to let people be wrong about you, you know. And it's unfortunate that like this is how it is, and like I don't know, like it's so weird like how I can't be like serious around other people. Like I'm not really sure like why I'm that way. I feel like I've had days where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to be this like serious girl who doesn't make any stupid delusional jokes, and like I'm gonna try to be more serious so people take me seriously. And it never works because I'm a chronic like talker and a yap, and I overshare, and I just give like hella lore drops about myself. And so yeah, that's something that like kind of makes people think that like I can't be taken seriously. And yeah, and it's like kind of weird because no one like has bad intentions, but like when people see me like working really hard on schoolwork, they're like, wow, like I didn't really expect you to be such a dedicated student. Or like when I go to the gym, they're like, Riley has so many layers, like I didn't really think like you were like that. And it's just like I'm literally doing normal people things. Basically, in other words, you're saying because I like make like middle school boy jokes, like you didn't think that I was capable of like taking life seriously. And I think that's something that bothers me a lot. And I remember going to therapy and just being so stressed. And the thing I said was like, quote by quote, I said, I feel like I'm just really easy to make fun of. And everyone in there like looked at like around, and they were so confused because it's therapy and we're serious there, and we help each other and we love each other and we talk deep and we talk about emotions. And so I think for them it was weird for them to think that anyone could ever think that I wasn't like capable of having like deep and meaningful like thoughts just beyond the surface, just beyond like my stupid jokes and saying like these nuts and stuff. And like I get it, like I understand like how I can come across as a person, but like if any of you are like this, you know that it comes to a point where it just gets annoying, where people act surprised that you're like professional or you're like capable of doing these things. I just want to like let the bubbly and outgoing people know that like you do not have to change. Because here's the thing, this like whole thing is like a test. My close friends know that I am emotionally mature. Like they will ride or die for me and say that. And so this is just a test of who is going to stick around long enough to try and get to know that side of you. And the people who won't stick around long enough to know that side of you, first of all, they missed out hella. But also they're just not people you want in their life, because honestly it seems like they can't like crave something deep. And I used to struggle with just like always wanting like really deep things with people and relationships, and I get like to a point where it's just like you can't like expect that everyone's gonna be like on that level. It also takes people some time to like want to like be deep with people, because like I'm one of those people who will like trauma dump when I first meet them, and like I can't help but just like talk like, you know what I mean? And that's something I'm trying to work on, because it's like I tend to overshare, and I realize that these people aren't people who are meant to be in my life, and they use like what I share against them and blah blah blah, and it's a mistake that I repeat over and over again, and it's just something that outgoing people do. Sometimes we feel like we need to share our secrets to be enough for people, or share our secrets to keep the conversation going. We allow ourselves to be the butt of the joke just so we can feel like we're part of something or we're involved in something. And you do not need to do that. Please, 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 no. You do not need to do that. I know the smoke is alarming, but I swear, like, I'm fine. Like, I swear it's fine. But I just want to let you guys know, like, please don't sacrifice your integrity and your, like, humility to, like, get people to stick around with you, because your ability to talk and your ability to just walk into a room and want to make people laugh and, like, you know, brighten people's days is so magnificent and so amazing. And I think that's one of the reasons why I wanted to go into the medical field, because it was like, I know that I have this ability to talk, and I want to use it to help people, and I want to use it to bring awareness. And people, like, again, like, people will be like, oh, like, someone like you, like, you think you can help people? Like, you, like, can't even help yourself. Like, you're not serious at all. Like, you, it's like, oh, I do want to help people, and I love helping people, and maybe I approach situations by making them smile when they're upset, and that's fine. That's, like, perfectly good enough. So I'm gonna say this, don't sacrifice your integrity. Don't let yourself be the butt of the joke to people, and don't overshare with people who you just meet. That is some advice that I will give you, because that is advice I'm working on. It's not oversharing to the wrong people. My dad always says he has a 1-year rule, where it's like, oh, when you first meet someone, you know, and they ask you, so like, oh, is this person like blah blah blah, do not share your personal opinions on other people, the people you just met, like, because if something goes wrong, they will use that against you. Give them a year, catch their vibes, see how they are, and obviously this is like in like a work setting, but like maybe the timeline's different and just like school settings, but like give them time, see who they are, see how they talk about other people towards you, and then like you can start trauma dumping or sharing or whatever. Because that's one thing I will say to like talkative and bubbly people. But also just like, don't be embarrassed to be yourself, please. Like, when you find your group of people, it's going to be so easy to talk, and you will be able to talk for hours about the stupidest crap, and they won't act like you're the most annoying person alive. I promise you, because I've found that here, and I'm starting to like find my people, and I'm really glad that I can talk about the same shit over and over again, and they don't like roll their eyes or act like they're tired of me. Yeah, so stay bubbly, stay cute, stay fresh, but don't overshare to people who don't deserve your sharing.